Hey everybody, it's Femtrooper, and today I'm going to be doing a different video, and I'm going to be talking about 30 facts about me that you didn't know. I am an only child. I do not have any brothers or sisters. I grew up just me, my mom and dad, and it is awesome. I love being an only child. I don't know what it's like to have a brother or a sister. I absolutely just loved being an only child because you got everything. I was spoiled, and maybe I'm kind of a loner. I am 5 feet exactly. I am very, very, very short. I think some of you guys know that, but sometimes it's hard to tell when someone's sitting down or doing YouTube videos, but I'm very, very short. I am terrified of spiders. I hate spiders, literally massive phobia. I don't like the ocean, more specifically deep, dark water, and I am terrified of outer space, which is a great phobia to have because it essentially doesn't affect me. I have never smoked a cigarette, ever. Not a cigar, not a cigarette, never tried it, no desire ever, and it will remain that way. I used to be a huge band geek. I played clarinet all through junior high and high school. I also played oboe for 1 year because I just wanted something different in addition to clarinet, and I also played alto sax in all the jazz bands when I was in junior high and high school. I was huge band geek. I wasn't just like a band geek, I was like really into it. I was like section leader, the principal chair, all that good stuff, and I did anything extra I could to do with band. I put so many hours in high school for band. I was just like, I was that band person. I've been to The Late Show with David Letterman in 2007 when I went to New York. Me and my dad got tickets. It was really exciting, and it was an awesome experience. I love David Letterman. I miss David Letterman. It was such a cool thing to go to a late night talk show, be in the audience. It was so cool. I didn't get my driver's license until I was 24 because I'm super lazy. My favorite movie is Home Alone 2, and I am not afraid to say that. It is a little embarrassing, but it's just my favorite movie because of nostalgia. I realize this is not a good movie. Home Alone is actually a better movie, and I kind of almost enjoy Home Alone better sometimes. But I really like Home Alone 2. I can say all the words pretty much. In fact, watching Home Alone 2 with me is actually irritating. I just really like Home Alone 2, and it's totally my favorite movie. My favorite drink is ginger ale. I will choose ginger ale almost over every drink depending on where we are. I like fountain versions of ginger ale more than canned and bottled versions. I love ginger ale. I want it all the time. I hate salad. I think it's disgusting. I'll never eat it. I love vegetables, so if I eat vegetables, it's on their own or it's in a soup or something, but like salad is so gross. The smell of salad, like balsamic vinegar, makes me sick. I don't like vinegar, so anything like that, like especially like salad dressings, make me want to gag. I hate it. I hate salad. I've seen a few artists twice live. I've seen Paul McCartney twice, Britney Spears twice, and Lady Gaga twice. I've seen tons of different artists. I'm a huge concert goer, but in terms of seeing people over and over again, those guys I've seen more than once. I have a degree. I have a Bachelor of Arts in Sociology, and loved that degree. I thought it was so fun, which leads me into my next fact. When I was in university, I did a course that was actually kind of a field course where the entire course was essentially in New Orleans. So I went to New Orleans to help build a house in the Lower Ninth Ward and learn all sorts of other things, but it was really cool spending time in the Lower Ninth Ward after Katrina and helping to build a house for a family who had essentially lost their house. So it was a really cool thing to be a part of, and just to go to New Orleans and see all sorts of things that I haven't seen to do with the BP oil spill and Hurricane Katrina. When I was in junior high, I chose to do French immersion. I did English from grades 1, like kindergarten to grade 6, and then I wanted to change, and I chose French immersion in junior high and hated it. I sucked at it. I can't speak French. It's horrible. I could get by in terms of like asking where something was or can I go to the bathroom, those kind of things. But in terms of like having a conversation with somebody, like absolutely not. I hate it. I was good enough though to take it in high school, which was great because I substituted French in grade 12 instead of doing math, which allowed me to get into university. I like grape flavored everything. Anything, candy, drinks, pop, juice, whatever. I love grape flavored, but ironically, I don't really like grapes. I think they're actually pretty gross and I don't like the texture. Concord grapes have the closest taste to grape flavor, but I really just don't like grapes. I like J-pop a lot. I like a lot of world music, and my favorite J-pop artist would be Ayumi Hamazaki, and I've seen her live in concert in 2011. I attended one of her New Year's Eve concerts. Really cool because it's the kind of thing where I thought I would never get to do. So many artists, you know, they tour North America, so the chance of seeing them is so much higher, but an Asian artist is like next to nothing. So actually being able to say that I saw her live is unbelievable for me because she's one of my favorite artists ever, and when I saw her come out on stage, I can't even describe to you how cool that was, because it's the kind of thing where like you just don't think you'll ever get to see somebody like that live, and I did. I take laser tag really seriously. This is completely random, but you don't want to play laser tag with me because it is actually almost irritating because I just take it so serious to like an annoying degree. I am really rule oriented, so if that's the rule, I follow it. I'm not someone who tends to be like a risk taker. If something is a rule, like you don't do that, I'm really like rigid, like that's the rule, you have to do that. I can't believe you would not do it because that's the rule, like you have to do it. I'm very aware that I'm like this, but I don't know, I'm just really like a literal person, and like I said, rules are really important. Like, you know, if something, like I said, if it says anywhere, like, I'm not talking about legal things, but more just like, if that's, you know, I don't know, it says don't do this, then don't do it. My favorite city is New York, and in terms of living there, I don't think I could, but I absolutely love New York. I've been there 4 times, I believe, 4 or 5 times, and I love it. I love big cities. I'm a city person, could never live in a rural area ever. So New York is kind of the epitome of big city, and every time I go there, I'm just like, I just absorb all of it. I absolutely love Manhattan. I have a weird fear / jokey phobia, but it's kind of valid, of like old European architecture. I love it. I think it's fantastic, but if I'm there next to it, it can kind of give me a little bit of anxiety. And it made me laugh because Billy Bob Thornton apparently has a phobia of old furniture, and people laugh at it, and I'm like, wait, I don't really like old buildings. I think it's because I live in a city where everything is so new, so whenever I've gone to somewhere where there's like old things like France or Italy and there's only old buildings, you're not seeing modern day skyscrapers like New York, for instance. And when I say old buildings, I mean like old, like ancient Rome, that kind of stuff. I don't mean like a building from the 1930s. So there are a lot of old buildings in New York, for instance, but they don't really bother me. I love them. I like feed off of it. But if I'm in Paris or Rome or anywhere like that and there's tons of old buildings, like, I don't know, for some reason I find it very overwhelming, and like how someone who has claustrophobia would feel if they're in an enclosed space. It kind of makes me like, okay, I need to see a McDonald's or something new. I've been to band camp twice. As I mentioned, I was a huge band person, and so yes, I actually have been to a band camp. Now, it's not in a band camp setting, it was at a university, so no tents and like American Pie kind of things. But it was a band camp that I spent, a few weeks at in the summer for 2 years in a row. My favorite food is noodles and pasta. So that could mean anything from Asian noodles to Italian noodles, anything, craft dinner, it doesn't matter. And cheese. I love anything cheese. I'm just cheeseaholic, and noodles. So as you can tell, I like macaroni and cheese, but anything like pasta, anything like that, stir fry, like udon soup, anything with noodles, I love. I will always choose candy over chocolate. I love candy so much more. I love chocolate. There's so many things I love. I love to have like, Reese peanut butter cups, or like an O. Henry or a Rolo or Snickers or any of that stuff. Awesome. But I'll always still choose candy. I love like 5-cent candy from 7-Eleven, that kind of stuff. Just love it. Like Bulk Barn candy. give me candy anytime. I want to just big bag of Skittles. I just love candy. I'll always choose it over chocolate. I bite my nails, and I've been biting my nails since I was like 6-ish. In terms of, there's pictures of me when I'm a little kid like this, so I know I've been doing it for a long time. I've kind of almost accepted that I'll never stop doing it, because at this point, I don't see myself not biting my nails, but I bite my nails. It's really bad. My favorite show of all time, and always will be, is Seinfeld. It's the best show for me. It's my kind of humor. I've liked it since I was a kid. Seinfeld, there's sort of nothing can be better than that. I love Curb Your Enthusiasm. In fact, sometimes it's almost better than Seinfeld, but because of nostalgia and the characters, Seinfeld is the ultimate show for me. There's so many other shows I like. I love TV, but Seinfeld is number one. I don't drink alcohol. I don't drink alcohol because I don't like alcohol. I've always thought that I was a super taster, perhaps, because there's a lot of foods that if you look up super tasters that they don't eat or like, and a lot of them I don't drink coffee, and it's because I don't like it. So I don't drink. It's not that I don't drink for like some kind of religious reason or anything like that. I just actually don't like coffee, and I don't like alcohol. I really can't stand it. Both of them, I think they're disgusting. I don't like it. And I always thought as a kid, when you're older, you'll like wine. Like, no, I really don't like it. Wine, it still tastes like something gross. My grandma didn't drink wine. She thought it tastes like burnt toast. So I don't know if there's some kind of genetic thing that I just don't like alcohol at all. And I don't like coffee. It's just disgusting to me. I was always the person when I was younger, I would like drink to get drunk, but not because I liked it. So I'm not like a clubbing person, so I really just don't ever drink. When I was a kid, I was a major tomboy, and to this day, I actually still feel more comfortable around guys than I do around women. I just feel more comfortable and sort of relaxed and able to sort of just be myself around guys. Even most of my friends off YouTube are guys. I think it's my interests, like, even though I like fashion and I like a lot of things that are feminine and all this, now a lot of my interests are more masculine, like video games, and there's different movies and things I like that guys tend to like a bit more. So that tomboyish charm has always sort of stayed with me, and I've just always found it easier to talk and just be around guys than women. My very first job was delivering flyers in grade 5, just shitty flyers, not a newspaper, like just like Pizza Hut coupon, like Pizza Hut flyers, that kind of thing. I did that when I was like 10 with my dad, and I made horrible money. That would have been in like the late 90s, early 2000s, like probably 99 to 2000 is when I was like delivering flyers. I have done New Year's Eve in Times Square. Don't ever do that. I'm just telling you, if you're like, I gotta do it, I have to check it off my bucket list. If it's on your bucket list, do it because you have to do it, because it's like a thing you have to do, but don't do it because it is not fun. You sit there and stand there for 12 hours-ish, because you have to get there just before lunch, and you literally just stand there. It is so boring. Nothing happens. You think you're gonna see all the acts and all the people that play, all the musicians and stuff, but you kind of don't unless you happen to pick a great spot. But you may be standing here at noon, and then by the time it's 7 o'clock at night, you've been shifted down here, and you don't see anything. There's no entertainment for any of the people out there. Everyone's just like this, and it's not nice. It's not a good thing. But I did it, and it's like super cool to say that I did it. But I don't recommend that anyone do that. It's kind of not worth it. But I have to say, it's not worth it, but I think it's super badass that I did it. I am an introvert. I think a lot of people wouldn't think that because I love YouTube and I like talking, but I'm essentially talking in a room right now by myself, so I feel really comfortable. But when it comes to like big groups and group activities and all that kind of stuff, like I just like I freeze. I don't like it at all. I almost feel like if I'm at around a ton of people at once, I need like recharging, which is a total introvert thing, where you're around a group of people or you're at like a party and then it's like, I need to go, I'm done now, I can't take any more of this. So I think it's because I'm an only child. I'm just really okay with being by myself or small groups kind of thing, just hanging out with one or two people. But when it comes to like a group event or anything like that, not so good. It's not my thing. I just feel really uncomfortable and get weird. So I'm very introverted. Those are 30 facts about me that you may or may not have known, and I just thought I would share them with you to do something just a little bit different. And other than that, I will see you guys later. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys later.